might be better. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. I am Sarah Fales from UC
Hello,
Davis.
and welcome to the CACRAO Virtual College Exploration Program. To everyone in the audience, just a couple of quick announcements. First thing is you can use the Q&A button on your screen at any point in time to type your questions to our panelists. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. Also, be sure to sign up for additional sessions on the same website where you register. And this video will also be available with all the other session recordings on that same website. Without any further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Sarah to take it away.
Thank you, Dan. Hi, everyone. So my name is Sarah Fales, and I'm the admissions advisor for the Carolinas for University of California, Davis. And so today I just want to go over a quick presentation, give you a background about UC Davis. And if you have any questions at all, you can type in the Q&A and I'll be able to answer those for you as well. And I'll go ahead and provide my email for you too. So if you have further questions, you'll be able to reach out to me. So let's see here, let's get started. So a little bit about UC Davis. So important to know, we are the first in the world for agriculture and environmental policies, economics. So if you are interested in really studying anything having to do with sustainability or agriculture, really you should be looking at UC Davis. That should be first on your list. And then we're also world known for our veterinary science program. So any animal science, if you're interested in becoming a vet, working with animals, we have some of the top-notch animal programs in the entire world. We're #2 in the world and we're #1 in the nation. So although we have huge rankings there, we do have over 100 different majors, completely varied in different fields. So a little bit more about our university. We are the 3rd greenest university in the world. So if you come to Davis, you're going to find everyone riding bikes. We have student farms. We have really great recycling programs on campus. Our buildings are really built to code to be sustainable. And you'll see that, we have energy savings really everywhere throughout campus. And we really try to be, as green as possible. And then I think this is my favorite statistic. It's we are rated the 5th best public university in nation. And this is for all of our resources that we offer to students. So we have so many different community resources. So depending on, what your interests are, you can join all these different community resources and just get extra support during your time at UC Davis. So UC Davis is a huge campus living in a very small town. So we are a little bit unique. We have 9 UCs. So the University of California, it is a system, and there are 9 UCs spread up and down California, and UC Davis is the furthest most north campus. So every single campus has, different majors, a different feel. We are located right next to our state capital, which is Sacramento, really nestled in between San Francisco and the Sierra Nevada Mountains. Sierra Nevada Mountains, Lake Tahoe, is very popular if you're interested in, going to the mountains, hiking. Of course, in the winter, it's one of the top places in California for snowboarding and skiing. And then, of course, San Francisco. We do have research facilities on the Bay. It's called Bodega Bay, and a lot of our students will do summer programs here if they are interested in researching really just about any kind of major that you want. But we do have marine biology that students are interested in, coastal marine biology. So if you're interested in studying saltwater and any kind of aspect, you don't have to belong to that major, but it's a great facility that we have. And on the flip side, we have a freshwater system up in Lake Tahoe. We have a lot of resources that students will participate in here too. And then just a little bit about Davis. I mentioned it's a small town feel. So the town of Davis has about 70,000 people that live there. So relatively a small town. And we have the Bay Area pretty close to us to the west. And then to the east of us, we have our capital, Sacramento, which is only 20 minutes away. But it's nice because the towns really don't blend together. So we are very close to big towns and big cities, but we're a little bubble, a small town. Half of the town, about 34,000 people, are UC Davis students. So the businesses really cater to UC Davis students. Students live on campus or around campus. It's not required to live on campus, but we do provide housing for our students, whether they be freshmen or transfer students. And just to show you a few pictures of downtown in Davis, we have farmers markets. We have one of the best rated farmers markets in Northern California. And this is just a few of the pictures. There's trees everywhere in campus, downtown. We have a variety of different food options. Our campus is very diverse. We have students that come from, a majority are from California, but we have a huge population of national and international students. And so our population of students is very diverse. And so we have, you know, restaurants and food to really, you know, reflect that diversity. So it's really fun to come to campus and have just about anything you could think of, you know, available in a restaurant or on campus for in our dining commons. So I mentioned before, we do have housing for our students. We have apartments for our transfer and residence halls for our freshman students. And within the residence halls, we have these great programs. It's called Living, Learning, and Shared Interest Communities. So if you are interested in maybe getting grouped into the same residence halls as someone that you might, like according to this list, something that you might have an interest in, this is completely optional. You don't have to take advantage of this, but it's another great way to kind of build a community. And I think that is one of the most important things that you can really do while finding your best fit college is, you know, really trying to find, you know, is it a place that you can study and, you know, are you interested in the major and what you're going to be learning, but also what kind of communities can you build, what clubs are available. And so this is a really great opportunity from right off the bat. When you move in, you can get grouped with like-minded students. Some pictures of our campus. We do have an arboretum. It's about a 3.5-mile loop of just luscious trees. We have, you know, really great greenery. We have a lake on the upper left-hand corner. My office is just to the left of that, and I walk around this lake, you know, almost every single day, but it's absolutely beautiful. We have a redwood forest grove, and the makeup of UC Davis, even though I'm talking about it's very green, it's fairly flat. We are, you know, a huge bike campus. It's a picture of an outdoor, you know, art class taking place. But we're a huge bike campus. We have over 20,000 bikes on campus at any given day. Students actually don't bring cars to campus, and then cars cannot actually drive through our campus. We have, so people are either walking to class, riding their bike, and we do have a free public transportation program. It's called Unitrans, and it's actually something if you wanted to get interested in working with student government. Our student government operates all of these different programs, including Unitrans, with multi-millions of dollar programs. The students themselves are voting on which programs we should have every year and then funding them. And then it's a really great opportunity to, you know, if you're interested in any kind of politics or business, to really get involved. And then of course, as a student, you'll be able to vote on these programs as well. And Unitrans is by far one of the most popular programs that we have because it offers the free transportation for students. And you can work there too. It's student run, so students actually drive the buses as well. And we have a lot of great facilities around campus. You can see the buses will actually take you to one of our large rec pools. Our campus is huge, so we have a lot of places to swim, and we have what's called the ARC. It's the Activities and Recreation Center, the largest gym facility in the nation. We are top rated. It's really, really nice. So you have rock climbing walls, and we were actually one of the largest facilities, and we actually just expanded and added even more facilities. So this is an absolutely huge gym, part of your free for students, if you really wanted to get involved, work out, or take a class. We have athletics. We are Division I school. So if you're interested in either playing sports, we have Division I sports teams, but we also have clubs and recreational sports that are non-competitive that you can get involved in. But some of our competitive, you know, Division I, we actually have beach volleyball, and are probably the most unique one we have, the only UC to have an equestrian team. But we have an equestrian center. We have a lot of animals on campus. And so students can actually get involved. If you want to take horseback riding lessons, you can learn how to ride a horse, you can volunteer. We have a lot of students on campus and younger students that'll come in, and we have training programs. And also, speaking of animals, we have a lot, if you're interested in animals, we have a lot of animal programs on campus, and you could actually be a resident and live with the animals and take care of them. And so there's a lot of great internship programs like that throughout campus. We do have a student farm, so if no matter what your major is, you can take advantage of learning how to garden, or, you know, even just taking advantage of, you know, the fruits of the labor. So we actually have great programs on campus where we do give students food, and that has nothing to do with the income of a student. This is open for all students, anyone who's interested, you know, that want to pick up fresh produce. We do have programs that run every single week that students can pick up fresh produce. And some of it comes from our student farm, and other things are donated as well. We have craft centers on campus, gaming areas. There's a lot of ways to get involved at UC Davis. Outdoor adventures. This is one of the students I work with favorite programs they get involved in, where really you can do whitewater rafting, hiking is huge, as you can see here. You know, they go all over the national parks. Some things are local, some things are far away. But a student said, once you really join one of these events, it's really great because you can, they'll invite you to do more. So it's another way to network if you're interested in doing outdoorsy things. But we have over 800 clubs on campus, so lots of ways to get involved. They're not all adventurous, but there's a lot of different things that you can do, whether it's related to your major or internships that you can, do on campus. So I mentioned before, we have over 100 different majors. All of those majors live within 4 departments we call colleges at UC Davis. So the 4 different departments or colleges are the College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences. We have the College of Biological Sciences, the College of Engineering, and then lastly, we have our College of Letters and Science. And our Letters and Science is definitely the most diverse group of majors that we have and the largest. They have over 50 majors that live within this department. And just mind you, although we have over 100 majors, all of our majors, and you'll find this at really any university, majors have different things that you can emphasize in. So a specialty that you can take within that major. So no 2 students ever look the same. So very important to do a little bit of work, go onto the website, of each major and check out all of the different things that you can emphasize in the programs that you can get involved in. Really taking part in UC Davis, or really in any UC for that matter, we're research-based. So our students are really hands-on and involved, and a majority of our students do participate in some type of research or internship. And we have a really great program. It's called our ICC, it's our Internship and Career Center. And these are just a little snapshot of some of the local programs that we work with and our students internship with. But we offer over 10,000 internships every single year that students get involved in. This is a place that we also have student fairs, and we also have that students can participate in. So there are student fairs, but there's also workshops, one-on-one advising that you can do, resume reviews. This is a huge department on campus that completely services UC Davis students and helping them that transition into a new job or into an internship while on campus. So definitely something to check out. We have great resources online. Study abroad, this is a great program that you can take advantage of. You can go to every single continent that we have in over 40 different countries, and we go every single term, summer being probably the most popular for students to go. But you can really go and take a class, either a class that's related to your major or a class that's maybe related to, just some general education. But really, all of our majors, we participate across the world, so you can really take advantage, really any term that you wanted to. And you can also do an internship if you'd rather not take a class, and those are available for students too. But majority of our students actually do take a part as study abroad, so would definitely take advantage of that. And we have a program also where you could actually attend one UC and take another semester or term at another UC. So that's our intercampus program. You have to be admitted into a UC to take a part of that program. But it's a really great opportunity. I want to talk to you a little bit about how, some of our admission requirements for UC Davis. So our freshman admitted profile. So this is a weighted GPA, but if you take the weighted, and what weighted is that is in any kind of honors class, a college coursework, AP or IB, those all give you a little bit of a GPA bump. But if you take that bump out, you can see the unweighted is about a 3.73 to a 3.93. And our admit rate for freshmen is about a 46% admit rate. This year, we are not going to be reviewing SAT or ACT in our review. So if you have taken those, you're welcome to submit those. It won't be a part of our initial review, but our holistic review process. However, if you don't have these SAT or ACT, it's absolutely not required and not something you need to stress about obtaining at all. Okay, so don't even worry about it. Part of our application process, we don't collect letters of recommendation. None of our UCs do. What we do have is personal insight questions. It's part of our application where we ask you questions about what you're passionate about or some struggles that you might have had, some, challenges. It really can be anything, leadership opportunities. There's a lot of different ways that you can be creative. There are 8 different questions, and you choose 4 of them that best fit your the way you can tell your own story. And so they're very short. They're not essays, they're short prompts that you submit, and it's the best way that we can get an interview from you, if you will. So you really have the choice in what you want to share and how you can express your strengths, or possibly even explain an area of weakness or transition that you might have had. So it's a really great opportunity for you. And the UC application, you know, we review a lot of different areas. We're going to look at the area you live in, the school that you attend, your family, really any information you share, what you've been involved in. So all important things. Our chancellor is Gary May, and I really like this quote, so I just like to share it with students. But it says, "You will find that UC Davis isn't just a campus. It's a welcoming, inclusive community that thrives on excellence, innovation, and self-expression." And I say one of the best things to do is probably, you know, to visit campus is, you know, really huge. You can take a virtual tour right now, but you can reach out and talk to our students. We do have an advising line. This is a student, for example, who says, as the first in my family to attend college, I'm thriving in this campus full of diversity and helpful resources. I like this quote because it's so true. We have, you know, very diverse population of students, and not just that, but when you're coming to Davis, we're a very inclusive campus. We're known as the friendly campus. Everybody's nice. You'll find that you can get involved in Greek life. If you wanted to be a fraternity or sorority, you can get involved in sports, you know, all sorts of academics, and really you can find friends across the board. So there aren't like these cliques necessarily. You can join multiple different types of communities and really make friends. So this is one thing I really like, and there are a lot of resources available at UC Davis. Again, that's one of the reasons we were rated the 5th best public university in the nation. So right now you can take a virtual tour. You can even just, you know, type in a search engine UC Davis tour, and there's a couple different options. We have a formal tour. We have a great YouTube link to Victor, who's amazing. He's a student who will take you around on a tour, and that was done last spring. So they talk a little bit about, you know, the pandemic in that tour. We have some virtual events that you can attend as well. You can go to our UC Davis website and just type in virtual events, and there's lots of events for incoming freshmen, even counselors, and then we have events for, you know, transfer if you're interested in going on to the transfer route. And then also, if you are a senior and you're thinking of applying, the application period to apply is on, if the application is open now, but it's one application for all 9 of our UC campuses, and the application period goes till November. So really during this time, I have a lot of information I can share with you, but really during this time, I'd really like to answer any questions that you may have. So if you have questions at all, feel free to type it into the Q&A, and I can answer anything. I can show you things on the website if you like, you know, where you can check out our majors at UC Davis. But yeah, feel free to type in any questions that you have. So my name is Sarah Fales, and I am the UC Davis representative for all of the Carolinas. The best way to reach me is probably through email, which is going to be, my email address is M like in May, and then Fales, F-A-L-E-S @ucdavis.edu. So that's the best way that you can get a hold of me. You know, I am located on the West Coast, so I do live in California. If you have any questions about California, about the weather, anything like that, you can feel free to ask me too. I've lived in all over California, Northern California and Southern California. So there's a question, I'm interested in your honors program. Is it something that I'm supposed to apply for specifically, or is it offered to specific students after they apply? So our honors program is offered to our students once you apply. And if for any reason you don't get into the honors program, you are allowed to apply into the program. And so they have, you know, they have GPA requirements that you have to obtain while you're in the honors program and then to apply. So you need to have a 3.5 GPA or higher to be able to get into the honors program. But we have a great program for our freshman students and also transfer students as well. And it's really great. It's another way of community. There's classes that you'll join and be able to participate in. And it's just a really good opportunity to we work with a good group of students, and the professors say that students tend to stay more on task being in the honors program, and also you get priority registration. So it's a huge perk to be a part of the honors program. But yes, it will be offered to you once when you apply. Once you're admitted, it'll be offered to you. But you can definitely go onto the website and check it out now if you want to, and inquire, talk to the people about it, and then if for any reason you're not offered it, you can definitely apply and join. So another question, as far as music goes, what different majors do you guys offer? So we do have a theater program, a dance program, and we do have a music. So really our music program, it's going to depend on the major, or excuse me, the musical instrument that you want to play. So we really have a wide variety, and we really tailor to the students. So we do have a program, we have some of the top rated facilities where our students put on live performances. We have musical events that go on at UC Davis, and it's really great because it actually opens up people from the Bay Area and Sacramento, and of course Davis, all come to watch. We have a ton of live events. A lot of popular artists will come, and plays will come to campus as well, but we also host our own student performances. So there's a lot of places at UC Davis. I would definitely go and check out our majors online, but really any musical instrument that you're interested in, we can tailor to that. So another question, for studying abroad, is it for a semester or a year? Okay, so for studying abroad, we're a quarter school. So you can go either during the fall term, the winter term, the spring term, or summer. And summer tends to be the most popular term for students to go to, but by any means, you can go during any term that you want to. So I've had friends that have attended, I think, almost every single term, but summer by far tends to be the most popular time to go. But you can go really at any point in time. And it's nice because the fees for your, the tuition fees can be used for the study abroad. So it's not necessarily an additional fee, or if you have scholarships, you can apply those scholarships to the study abroad. So another part of this question is, do you have any information regarding benefits for military dependents? Is there any multiple questions. Is there any flexibility with GPA requirement? And then how's the computer engineering program? Lots of great questions, David. So we do have, I have information on our website for military dependents. I can, if you want to email me, let me see if I can type it in here. If I can type in my email address here. In one of the questions, I'll add the email address, but for the GPA, our GPA is not the only, so in order to apply, if you're not from, California, so if you're in the Carolinas, you have to have a 3.4 GPA in order to qualify for a UC admission. So, so that is, if it's flexible in that, every single major is a little bit different. In our computer science, let me see, I can't remember if it was computer science or computer science engineering, or computer engineering. So we have a computer engineering program. It's part of our College of Engineering. It's one of our most popular majors that we have, as well as computer science, which lives in our College of Letters and Science. So really across the board, you're going to find that every UC has top engineering programs, but all the engineering programs vary a little bit. But if you're interested in more of the hardware aspect of computer engineering, I would definitely look at UC Davis for sure. So the computer engineering program. So we have a lot of great resources and partnerships throughout UC Davis. But one great thing that I've learned from our students at UC Davis is really it's going to be competitive to get into any UC, but the great thing when you're a student in the College of Engineering, it tends to be a smaller program because you have a tight-knit group of students that you're going to be involved with. And those students have told me that the programs at UC Davis are not super they're competitive to get into, but they're not so cutthroat competitive with each other. That's more of a collaborative experience where, if you're working on a project, students aren't going to be like, I can't work with you, I'm working on my own, I'm going to compete and make it better. It's more of a collaborative experience. So, if that's something that you're looking for, more of that community and working as a team, that could be a really good question for you. I'm going to go ahead and type in my, for David, I'm going to type in my email address here and anyone can access this. So let's see. So it's smfails@ucdavis.edu. So I'm going to go ahead and send that out. So you should all be able to see that. Let's see here. And then, So more questions. It says, I live in South Carolina, and I'm curious about out-of-state costs. So do you offer hefty scholarships that could make it affordable, as I would pay for school? So scholarships are definitely really important. So your application in general is going to be a scholarship application to UC Davis. So for students that are out of state, students cannot qualify for California grants, but you can definitely qualify for scholarships. And we do have a website that you can go and check out. And let me see here. I will go ahead and I'm going to share my screen, and I will kind of show you. I'll jump over here. And so the cost of tuition in general, this is what it looks like for any UC. So our tuition and fees, essentially for non-residents, is about $67,000 a year with no scholarships or anything like that. And that's assuming you're going to be living, on campus. But we do have a link to our financial aid and scholarships. And so I would check this out right here. And you can scroll down and you can look and see all of the different scholarships that we offer. And there's a lot of different links that you can check out. And there's different scholarships, merit-based scholarships. You can check out our outside scholarships. So I would definitely, this is just one of the resources, but students can qualify for scholarships, but not every single student is going to get, like a full ride scholarship or anything like that. Like a high achieving student, they do offer scholarships for, but I would absolutely not rely on that. I would go to the outside scholarships and apply to as many programs as you can. We have really great links online that you can check out and see, what is offered. So it's going to be a little bit of homework, but it's my rule of thumb when I usually work with students is once you apply to one scholarship, it's very easy to continue because a lot of the scholarships are very similar. It's almost like a cut and paste type of situation. There's another, so we have a lot of different programs at UC Davis. It says, is there a TRIO program? And I'm not 100% sure. Let me see if I can. I'm just going to type in TRIO. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to do a little bit more investigation on that one. So I apologize, I can't answer that completely. I want to show you where you could go. If you go to UC Davis, you could go to the majors, and there's different ways. You can search by majors by college, or you can search majors in alphabetical order. So this is an alphabetical order list of majors. And for any major, you can really check out. So for computer engineering, since that was one of the questions, you could actually go, to this page, and you're going to find for every single major, there's going to be a major advisor. So I'm an advisor to the UC Davis for undergraduate requirements and advising, but then every single major has an advisor that knows details about programs that are going on. And so it's really important if you are interested in a major, try to reach out to them. So like I said, we're known as a friendly campus, everyone has a major advisor. You can check out this. You can also look at detailed major requirements. And then of course you could jump over to any major's department website. Every single major has one. And you can kind of just check out and see what's going on, what kind of research everyone is involved in. And there's a lot of information for all of our majors. So again, we're a research facility. So all of our majors and all of our students are really involved in, the, forefront, internships and programs and research, just like really cutting edge things in technology. So there's a lot of resources available to our students. So are there any other questions or anything that I can show you online? You can check out our virtual tour. If you just type in UC Davis virtual tour, this link right here is Victor. He's amazing. He'll give you a long tour of campus. This is about an hour, so you don't have to go into depth, but you can just take a general virtual tour and you can jump around campus and see what it looks like. You can also, just check out campus life. And I think that's a really great thing. We have a lot of unique classes that you can partake in. How to write, how to drive a tractor. You can learn how to do that. You could also learn how to ride a horse. We have coffee making classes. You can learn how to brew your own coffee. You can also learn how to make beer, and we have a vineyard on campus. So for any students interested in winemaking, that is also an option for you as well. So really great, you know, really great things, different ways you can pick different clubs. Like I mentioned, there's over 800 different clubs that you can join at campus. But I would check out the campus life and just kind of jump in and, you know, see all of the different, you know, see all the different activities and shows that are going on. You know, we are a very diverse campus, so we do have a lot of, you know, live performances, musical performances going on. We do have a lot of STEM focused majors, but you know, that's, and we are one of the leading schools for women in STEM. It's like rated the 6th best public university for women in STEM. We have a lot of, you know, a lot of female, more female applicants than other schools, that attend like our engineering, all our STEM focused majors. So that's something that, you know, as a female, I'm proud to be a part of. But yeah, I would definitely check that out. I'm not seeing any other questions, but I am here for the next few minutes. If you have any, you know, questions at all, just feel free to type them in there. I can, you know, jump online, look things for you. You can also email me if you have any questions. And while I wait for some questions, I can show you, you know, you could also go to UC Davis undergraduate admissions, and you can check out, you know, different virtual events that we have. You can contact undergraduate admissions right here. We have a couple different ways. Obviously, you can get a hold of me, but we do have a link where you can ask an advisor. And then from 10 to 2 Pacific Standard Time, so we're 3 hours behind in California, you can call and you can actually get connected with students. Our students answer the lines. And then from there on, we have, you can get transferred to an advisor like myself if you have detailed, detailed questions that you want to get answered. So do all of your campuses have an outstanding history department? I'm looking for a huge diverse course offering. So I'm gonna go here and I'll go to, I have so many windows open here. Let's see, let's go to our majors. So this is our history department right here. And you can kind of check out. And so we do have, it's in our College of Letters and Science. And really all of our, all of our majors, again, like I mentioned, you know, you have the ability to work with professors, and you can check out the department website right here to get a little bit more detailed information. And I don't know if I showed you, I should scroll down a little bit more, but you can actually talk to an advisor as well. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that we have any majors at UC Davis that aren't fantastic, but definitely have a history major. A lot of opportunities for study abroad too within the history department. So you can really study in almost every single country within this department. And these are just a couple featured courses that they have: United States and the Middle East, Charles Darwin, and then Latin America, environmental history. These are just a few, different outreach programs that they have going on. But you can definitely jump in here and just see, all the different things that they're involved in, and, the different, news that are going on. Again, like I said, you can contact them directly. Every single campus or every single major has a specific website. And again, the major advisor is going to be Anya Gibson. And that's the email and phone number. If you went online, you could be able to contact. And I'll put this, I'm not sure that I can put this in the chat unless there's another question. But yeah, I would definitely check out our major websites, and and call and talk to students too, because we have a variety in our call line. We have a variety of different students that all participate in different majors. So let's see. Yeah, thank you. I think our whole campus is awesome. So not just our history department, but really our whole campus. And I was just in a student panel with students a couple weeks ago, and we were talking to them about, how's it been with the pandemic, right? Everybody in really the world, but especially the United States and this nation is dealing in some form with the pandemic. And so for us, school started yesterday. So we're a quarter school, so we start a little bit later in the term. And our students are mostly going online, but we did move in. So our students did move in, they're living on campus, but a majority of the classes are remote. But we still have all our dining commons and facilities open. So students are on campus and we're practicing, you know, social distancing. Students are wearing masks on campus. So very different from a typical year. And this is just from this year. Hopefully for all universities, we'll all be back to normal, you know, really soon, you know, for sure next fall. But anyways, the student panel, we were talking to them. We wanted to know how, you know, how has this pandemic impacted you and your classes and everything? And initially when they were introducing themselves, they're like, you know, I came to Davis and it wasn't really like, I even forgot I applied. It wasn't really on my forefront. You know, I knew UC Davis had high rankings, but when I came to campus, I fell in love. Like when I went on the tour, I fell in love with the campus. I fell in love with the people and just like the communities. I just felt at home. So that's a story that we hear on and on and on. The students would definitely choose UC Davis anytime because of all the, well, yeah, the resources I'm telling you we have, but just like the feeling of community. And so I've kind of mentioned before, we're a small town, but we're kind of like a nice little bubble too. So really, whenever you're in Davis, you're going to see people on bikes. Everyone's in UC Davis gear. A lot of the people that live in the town work in the town, but it's a very safe community too. We even have a safe ride. So any parents out there would be really interested. We have a program where it's a safe ride. We actually have our own fire department and police station on campus, and then the city of Davis itself has their own as well. But we have a safe ride. So if you are walking around campus, I think our campus is really safe. I don't think anyone should be walking around at 2 a.m. But there's, you know, it's not a place I'd really be worried about it, but you can get transported. If it's late at night, they'll come and just pick you up. You just have to text them or call them and just be a UC Davis student, and they offer free rides, you know, if you wanted to go across campus. So that's something I would take advantage of. I've actually taken advantage of it. I sometimes park in this one parking spot far away to get a good walk, and it was raining once, and I don't know, I took advantage of a ride. So, you know, they're there for you. You know, everyone on campus is really nice. So, and it's not like an unmarked car. It's the police station that are police officers that are picking up students. So it's a good program, definitely. So are there any other questions at all? Let's see here. I'm not seeing anything pop up. I know I have about 5 more minutes with you. I'm happy to answer any questions. I can show you, you know, show you around UC Davis. I do have a question. Are pets allowed to be with you if you live on campus? So it's going to depend. I don't think pets are allowed in the residence halls, and that's a really great question. I don't think we would find it, but I want to show you the UC Davis housing. If you go to the UC Davis housing, so to answer your question with the pets, I don't believe that we're allowed to have pets on campus in the residence halls, but I'm not 100% positive. So I would check with housing. I know for sure in our apartments, in the transfer apartments, students can have pets on campus. And it's funny because we actually have a lot of pets that come to campus. We have a program, we have a lot of animals on campus. So, you know, unless you're living in, you know, certain residence halls, I mean, you can, if you live around campus, you can definitely bring your pet to campus. Like there are people walking dogs. We have resident cats that kind of live like all over the campus as well. So pets are allowed on campus, but as far as living in the residence halls, I would talk to housing directly about that. And that's a good question. So my next, you know, I'll have to look that up and find out. There's some really great videos about living on campus too, if you're interested in checking that out. We have 3 different residence areas. So like, for example, you can see Segundo has 14 residence halls. So it's kind of like they're like areas, and every area has dining commons attached to it, resources for students like advising, tutoring centers, mail, laundry, all of that good stuff, dining commons. So we actually have 3 residence halls, and then we have 4 dining commons attached, and all transfer and freshman students and staff members are able to access that. But then we also have other additional food sources, plus all of downtown as well. But yeah, go to UC Davis, the campus, and go to the housing and check out. And I would contact them directly. They're pretty awesome, and they can really answer all of your questions about, you know, anything having to do with housing, you know, requesting roommates. You can learn more about housing options. And then, yeah, I would just contact them directly and ask that, because I don't know if we would find that in a frequently asked question about So sorry I don't know that on the top of my head. You guys have great questions though. But I can tell you there's a lot of animals on campus. And then one of the great programs we have on campus is like during every finals, there's a group that bring like pets to campus, and there's an area you can go, and it's usually by our libraries, and you can go and pet the dogs and cats because they're you know, animals are very therapeutic, and maybe that's why you're asking. But you know, it's a very calming. So we have animals all throughout campus. Almost every day on my walk, I always walk by the horse barns, and you can see all, you can pet, and we're not really supposed to, but you can see all the different animals, and you can just walk up and they, you know, they're right there. So there's animals like I said all throughout campus, and really great programs you can participate in, volunteer with, work with little baby chicks and baby pigs and cows, all sorts of animals on campus. And of course we have, you know, the top rated veterinary science program in the nation and #2 in the world. So of course we have great facilities for animals. So our time here is just about over. So if you have any other questions at all, please feel free to pop them in. Otherwise, I just really want to thank you so much for joining me. And again, my name is Sarah Fales, and I am the UC Davis representative for all of the Carolinas. So although I may not be seeing you in person, I do visit the Carolinas. Aside from 2020, I do visit the Carolinas. So I really hope to be back, you know, next fall and visiting both North and South Carolina. So if you have any recommendations for me, I'm definitely open and willing to take those as well. So it's a new territory for me. I was in South Carolina last year, or North Carolina last year. So, but yeah, I'm here for any questions that you may have. Just feel free to reach out to me, all right? And thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And I have about 1 more minute, so you can feel free to ask a last question. Otherwise, you know, I hope that you have a great fair, and it's lunchtime over there, so hopefully you've had a great lunch.
All right, well, thank you all for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. And we'd really appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Don't forget to sign up for additional sessions at CACRAO.org, and this recording, as well as other sessions recordings, will be available at that same link, CACRAO.org, within about a week. Thank you very much and have a great day.